Welcome to today's video. By now you all know who I am, a solo king who controls the server. This wipe, I had my eyes set on the HQM Quarry. A monument that gives HQM for diesel, one that could be manipulated to give unimaginable wealth. But not just any HQM Quarry, one located in the deep desert surrounded by Tier 3 monuments. The missile silo, which gives 3 elite crates, diesel, and insane components. The oil rig, which gives diesel, a locked crate, and a hub for PvP. And finally, the giant excavator, a monument known for attracting large groups and providing unlimited amounts of resources. All of this would be happening on one of the highest pop, most competitive, official vanilla Rust monthly servers the game has to offer. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Alright guys, we are in. I think we are gonna head down to HQM Quarry. But we'll see what happens. I have exactly 1 hour to play until I have to go take a linear algebra exam, so we will try and see what we could get done. I wanted to take over the HQM Quarry, but being that I'm gonna have to leave pretty early, I don't know if that's gonna be possible in the amount of time that I have. Because when I'm gone, somebody else could just swoop in and take it over themselves, which wouldn't be ideal. Come on! Come on! Okay, nice. But yeah, as I was saying, it is FORCEWIPE. We are on one of the hardest monthly servers in the game. My settings are a little messed up because I had a staging branch, but we'll figure it out when the time comes. Good cloth here, really nice. So yeah, let's just, ooh, we have a horse right here, that's perfect. We just gotta get down the map as fast as possible and get base down. I wanna do this missile silo excav area. I think it could be highly contested with groups as well for getting an online raid. White thoroughbred, I should definitely be able to zoom down there. Here's a Jackie. Let's go, dude. That's wipe changing. No way he pulled a Jackie. That's so amazing, dude. A black thoroughbred right there. It is. First horse served me well, but gotta keep going. That's home right there, I hope. Okay, building plan hammer. Keep pushing. Okay, now we just need some stone. Right in here is perfect. Too close to road. This is a, oh my, wait, what? That's actually really interesting. Okay, do I want to be more silo or quarry? Maybe I put my base up here on HQM Quarry. Nice, okay. With my base now secured, my main focus was going to be on getting TCs up around the HQM Quarry, allowing me to have full control over it before anybody even gets in this area. But first, a quick word from today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Rust Clash. Rust Clash is a platform in the Rust community best known for their case battles. On top of case battles, they have a variety of game modes allowing intense PvP, such as Tiles, Plinko, Mines, Crash, and the classic Upgrader, which is where I like to spend most of my time. A variety suited to fit anyone's needs, taste, or style. If you want to continue supporting me, feel free to use code MOODY for 3 free cases when you sign up. Make sure you're 18 years of age or older before playing, and thank you Rust Clash for sponsoring today's video. Alright, we need to start working on the TCs now. Wow, we did it. The HQM Quarry is fully TC'd. Holy shit. That went way better than I was expecting. Thank that guy for the jackhammer. That was huge. Having the HQM Quarry fully TC'd off, it was time to now start working on my base. Having allocated all of the materials I had acquired on putting TCs around the quarry, my base had fallen behind in being upgraded. So to prevent getting early game raided, I was going to go and put externals on my base. Please, go! Okay, I don't want these kids to build near me, but I almost just lost that, and this is way too much loot to lose, so just go back to base. Finally, after being in the area for almost 30 minutes, another group had arrived. This was expected, as the area I built in was very admirable. This group that I had just encountered was going to turn out to be one of my biggest enemies and friends of the wipe. You just have to keep watching to find out who they are. Okay. They're putting up TCs too. They're not even putting up a base. Yeah, they didn't even put up a base. They put up TCs blocking the area. I'll take that, of course. Stop anyone from building over here. I don't know where they live that they want to block this, but I'll happily take the TCs. Brutalist, and I haven't seen that before. That's probably them. So now I had found where they lived. There's multiple bases around this oasis. The group that I originally fought, I wasn't sure which base it was. I assumed the Brutalist base on the top of the oasis was going to be them, as it was more built up. However, this named Skull was wearing the same mummy wraps as the original guy I fought, and he was coming from a different direction. So I wasn't fully sure where they lived. All I knew was they lived around this oasis. After this, I sealed my base a little further, adding some doors on my externals so I couldn't get griefed. If you remember, at the beginning of the video, I said that I had to leave about an hour in to go take an exam. This was that point. I needed to leave to go take an exam. I was going to be gone for around an hour and a half to 2 hours taking this exam. So, hopefully in the meantime, a group wouldn't build around me or contest the HQM Quarry. Hopefully in the time I was gone, nothing would happen to my base or the area around me so that I could continue to progress when I get back. Alright guys, we are back. It's been about like an hour and a half-ish. Let's see if anything's changed. Okay. Looks fairly chill still. So I'm just going to focus on farming for now still, like I was doing before. I just want to get my base up. I want to get my base secured. And I don't want to have to deal with anything in terms of getting griefed or whatnot. I'll work on getting weapons soon. But for now, we're just going to do this. Yeah, 375 for DB. I'm honestly pretty close. I want to go do my fishing village quest soon. Maybe I'll head there during the night so that I can start going to oil rig. As you heard, I wanted to start heading to the small oil rig. There I would be able to get blueprint fragments, components, and scrap. As it was force wipe, I had no blueprints, so scrap was going to be a key factor in this wipe. So I was going to head over to the fishing village and do my pumpy quest, allowing me to get a diving set and a pumpy, which I could then take to oil rig to try and hold it for components and blueprint fragments. Oh my gosh, that is so huge. You guys don't even realize, like, a chainsaw in the desert is like game changing. The trees give you significantly less wood per tree, so getting that is like crazy. Nice. Nice, my horse is still here. Alright, let's get out of here. They're raiding with bean cans, that 1x1 that I was talking about raiding. That's probably why they have a guy on the top. Feeling secure in my base, I figured it was finally time to head over to the oil rig to start holding it for my own gain. I see no scientists, I see no crates, I see no people. Looks clear. Alright, so I wasn't recording because I went to go check my recording for some names, but while I was on rig, 2 full boats came, countered, killed me, and then took rig. So now that it's taken, I'm gonna go back and try and hold it down again until it respawns, and then I'll try and swipe blue. If I get a blue, that is. Alright, I've been on here farming for a little while. Got some pretty good components, but I also managed to get a high cal revolver. Unfortunately though, no blueprint fragments, so just started ratting. I'm gonna go ahead and make my way to base. I did get 4 diesel, so I'm gonna start running it through the quarry in hopes that I can then set up a vending machine and start buying diesel once I stack up enough HQM. If I haven't yet acquired my tier 2, I could just buy whichever however many frags I still need, sell diesel for it, or sell high qual for it. But for now, I'm gonna start working on base. I'm gonna run everything through, and I'm gonna try and get a blue card so that the second it respawns, I could instantly go over there and swipe. That's the goal, at least. Let's get our first diesel running in here. About 2.5 or so hours into wipe. Possibly set up a vending machine after that. Oh, it just went up. I want to be over there first. I'm going to take my diesel out. I'm going to make a fishing rod and I'll go over. Unfortunate, a fresh diesel just started. Alright, I'm going to have to wait that diesel out and then I'll go. Alright, let's go. Kayak kid right here. guy because he's loaded. Make sure nobody's on yet, which I doubt anybody would be. I got here so quick. Yeah, nah. Ouch. Alright, relax. I gotta be very careful here to not die. These scientists do not fuck around. Come on, man. Please. Let's go, dude. Nice. Wow, that is terrible. Absolutely horrible crate. Nice. Finally a frag. Another high cal, dude. That's huge. I could research and repair. Having cleared the whole oil rig, acquiring a blueprint fragment and another high cal, I figured it was the smartest option to go and depot. I had a bunch of loot on me and I had my blue card, so might as well depot to net some profit before heading back and continuing to hold it for as long as I could. I just killed the last scientist on here and it had a supply drop. So I'm gonna try and call it on here. I didn't bring diving gear, so that's unfortunate. But we're gonna send it. Alright, the supply drop is almost down. Once I get it, I'm just gonna leave. Because then I'll be one blueprint fragment away from a tier 2. And I think I'm just gonna stay at base and work on base for a little while instead of coming back and trying to get my tier 2. I'm just really worried about the silo group coming over and raiding me. My base is still super weak in comparison to like their numbers and their abilities. Like they have a tier 3 already, so they definitely could raid me. And having missile silo, they have a bunch of scrap. Let's see what we got. Something good, come on. That is so bad. Oh my gosh, that is actually terrible. That is definitely unfortunate. I had found a blueprint fragment on oil rig the first time over here. Just now I had found another blueprint fragment in a crate, and with this supply drop I had 2 more blueprint fragments, meaning in total I had 4, which was 1 away from having a workbench level 2. So to not risk everything I had on me, I was going to go back to base and depot, then come back to oil rig and hold it until I was able to get the last blueprint fragment I needed for workbench level 2. I have a lot better chance then of getting it. Nice. Oh, yes sir. That's really good. I could research this now, and when I get a tier 2, I could just make Tommies. It's actually pretty sweet. Yes sir. That is my tier 2 right there. Alright, let's go home. We'll let this respawn and we'll come back when it respawns with a blue card again. See if we can't get lucky with the elite crate. An elite crate advanced frag would be nice. C4, tier 3 weapon. But for now I'll work on base while I wait for it to respawn. Sweet. Yes sir! 4 hours into wipe, we have a tier 2. And that's after I had to leave for almost 2 hours. Not too bad. Start researching Thompson so we could craft a couple. Everything is working out pretty good so far, I might say. Come on, something good. I mean, it's not bad. These guys are hemp basing. Pretty sure he's up there with their fucking Revo.
By that wolf. The wolf is chasing him.
Oh, they have fucking turrets everywhere, dude. God damn it. It was not a good play to push that. This was my first real interaction with the neighbors living by the oasis. While on a farm run with my Jackie and chainsaw, I saw them taking a supply drop, so I went over to go counter. However, I wasn't expecting them to be so deep there, let alone having turrets around their base, given that they didn't have a tier 2 yet. Losing my chainsaw here made me not want to build my base anymore, as I didn't want to farm wood with a metal hatchet. So, inevitably, this caused me to fall behind on upgrading my base. So now, instead of farming and upgrading my base, I was going to head over to the water treatment to try and get a red card that I could use at oil rig. Just kind of like not chill, but like there's just so many bases on it, and then they have like a farm in the middle, which is why I think it's a village, but we could just hope that it isn't, because that really would be unfortunate for me. Okay, clearly it's not chill. No, it's open, dude. Is it ran? Yeah, it's ran. Damn, dude. Trying to think where else I could go. Dude, like all the other red cards are on the other side of the map. And this one's not even resetting, so it's gotta... I just got ran. Seeing that water treatment was ran, I realized that I didn't have any other way of acquiring a red card. So I decided that I would set up a shop buying red cards, as that would be my most feasible way of acquiring them. But in the meantime, I would have to hope that another group would go and run the small oil rig, as I wouldn't be able to do it myself. I was just farming around the area when I saw this hot air balloon going to Smoil. So I figured I would make my way over and see if they're about to take it or not. They've been trying to land for a while now. Maybe like 10 minutes they've been trying to land. So either they're just not that used to using a hot air balloon, they're not that great, or there's people on shooting at them. We're about to find out. I mean, this dude is terrible at landing. They called. Dang. Not my best there. It's awfully quiet. Oh. There is a boat over there that I see. Oop. Ha! No way. 1, 2. Yeah, I'm only seeing 2. It got stuck. That guy's gotta be wounded. Ouch. I mean, this dude just has infinite meds, I guess. Which is unfortunate. 12 HP, I got him too. Come on, stand me for the one time, please. Man. Damn. I mean, I assume he has diving gear. I was coming back from that oil fight and I'm getting raided. Every bag is, oh my god, all my doors are open, dude. No way. I was rushing back to the fight and I forgot to close my doors. No chance, man. GG, bro. In my haste to go back to the fight on small oil rig, I forgot to close my core doors. And because the oil rig was so far away from my base, I wasn't able to hear myself getting raided while I was on oil rig. Only when I was coming back to base and a lot closer did I finally realize that I was getting raided. By the time I had spawned in my base, I was already fully raided and they had my TC. Well, they just left and now the Oasis like village is over here grubbing the shit out of my base, which is always fun. But whatever. We'll see what we could do. I need to work on getting jackhammers again and whatnot so I could farm back up. Yeah, bro, they licked the base. Although extremely demoralizing, this raid wasn't the end of the world, as what I had mostly spent the day working on was getting my level 2 workbench and putting TCs around the HQM Quarry. Both of those I still had even after the raid. As well, from that oil rig fight, I had acquired a red and blue card, which meant that I could head straight over to oil rig and take it, as you may have heard, while running back to base from looting my body, the oil rig had instantly respawned. So I could go over and take it now, hopefully netting myself better weapons, allowing me to rebuild easier. Please no. Oh my god, there's another? God damn it, I didn't hit him once. Okay, one's dead. Alright, he's dead too. Just heard somebody jump. God, that was horrible. Alright, I think I just heard my shop sell. Yes, sir. A red card. That is amazing. Oil literally just went up, so I'm gonna go take it now. Cool. Woo! That is what I'm talking about. That is a crate. Come on. I mean, honestly, not that bad compared to the other stuff I've been getting. I've been getting some pretty insanely bad crates, so. Okay, that's a good start. Ooh, there we go. That is what I was talking about. Nice. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The server just restarted and I died on rig because the server restart. Oh, and the crate is gone. Nice, dude. Yeah, my body is gone. My body is gone. All the scientists are glitched. Nothing's here. That's like, I don't even know, bro. That shit is so stupid. With the last swipe of my last red card, I went to go take oil rig during my rebuild process with my best kit. While I was waiting for the crate, the server crashed. When I spawned back in, the crate was gone, my body disappeared, and all the scientists' bodies were glitched. I had lost all my loot, I had lost the supply drop, I had lost my best kit, and the crate was nowhere to be seen. This was extremely demoralizing and demotivating. So instead I decided to take a train to Outpost to buy a mini. While at Outpost, I also bought a red card and some diesel. The red card would allow me to continue taking oil rig, and the diesel would further allow me to expand my HQM Quarry operations. I took oil rig a few more times before finally focusing on building up my base so that I could eventually go to sleep. Oh my god, I was just about to go... Dude, look how many people... Am I about to get raided? I was just trying to hit some trees, bro. Okay, well... Here we go. Don't tell me they were doing all that just to blow up my mini, right? They came over that deep just to blow up my mini. That is not real, bruh. Although this group didn't actually end up coming over to raid, only coming over to grief, it did show me just how weak and vulnerable I was. Something so little could have been very catastrophic for me. I was not at all prepared for a raid, having kits not set up, barely any turrets set up, and my base extremely underdeveloped. Although it was still wipe day, and not that late into it, these groups around me all had tier 3s and boom BPs, so it could be very bad if I were to get raided. Luckily though, the shop I had set up buying diesel was being extremely efficient, netting me a bunch of diesel to run in the HQM Quarry, so eventually, after running it, I would be netting a bunch of high qual metal to upgrade my base. Alright guys, it is the end of day 1. I off camera farmed up hella wood and fully walled in the quarry for the last 3 or 4 hours. That's what I've been working on. I figured I probably wouldn't put in the video of me doing it just because it's really just tedious, repetitive, just hitting trees and placing walls. But yeah, the quarry is now fully walled in. The base is looking somewhat built up, somewhat secure. And you know, I got up to the shooting floor. We have some turrets down. Do a little loot check of what we're looking like so far. Pretty good, I'd say. Day 1, considering we got raided and whatnot. But I have the vending machine fully stocked up. Bunch of HQM in there. Bunch of BP frags and whatnot to hopefully sell. Some P2s, so that hopefully when I wake up, there's a bunch of diesel waiting for us to run. But yeah, I am super tired. So I'm going to call it here, and I will see you guys in the morning as long as we are not raided. Good morning, everybody. I'm just going to say I think it's safe to assume that I don't think we are raided. Looks like we had a few people build on the coast while I was asleep. Still have our mini and everything, which is nice, so. Let's see if we sold anything. Not too shabby. We'll take it, we'll take it. After checking my vending machine, I saw that I acquired a whole lot of diesel and a whole lot of red cards. The red cards would allow me to continue running the small oil rig, getting weapons and diesel, while the diesel I could throw in the HQM quarry without worry, gaining a whole lot of HQM to continue expanding my production. So, to start off the day, I would throw the diesel in the quarry to begin producing the metal. Alright, I'm gonna go raid that 2x2 down on the shore. I gotta ensure that nobody gets too comfortable in this area. If I start letting one person build up, then multiple people are gonna keep trying to build in this area. I don't want that, so. There was one door. Oh my gosh, it's bad. Okay, well that is, I wasn't expecting there to be much, but I was expecting there to be more than that, I won't lie. After a disheartening first raid, I noticed a vending machine selling a bunch of diesel, so I headed over to Outpost with 2 rows of HQM to go buy it.
For 9 scrap, you sell cloth. For 7 scrap, you sell fish. For 5 scrap, you sell honey. For 1 scrap.
Alright fellas, buy from HQM Quarry, alright? Get your HQM up, type shit. Alright, I've been just kind of farming and building a base for a while. And I've been taking every single oil on repeat. Just kind of chilling, relaxing. Nothing too crazy, so I haven't been recording. But as you can see, I finished building the China wall. Barricades and embrasures and all. So the China wall is finished. Obviously the quarry is fully walled in. I put up turrets and further secured the entrance. So I need barricades still on these, but they're like so close to my main base that nobody really comes to this side. But this is what I really wanted to show you guys. I've been running quarry non-stop, and as you saw, I bought 45 diesel earlier, and then I bought another 20. We are at a full vending machine of diesel, or not diesel, full vending machine of HQM, plus HQM out, plus, you know, hundreds of HQM in the vending machines. So we are truly in control of High Qual Quarry, and we have a bunch of HQM. And I've been just non-stop selling it and just like profiting crazy off of it. The High Qual Quarry has proven itself very useful. Right now it's still going. I have another like 45 or 50 diesel to run through it, which with how secure I've made the area, I'm able to just let it run and leave without like much worry of it getting taken, just because I kill anybody anytime they come over here, and the quarry is fully walled in with turrets and whatnot. But yeah, it's going really well so far. His Tommy just broke.
Bro, I'm solo, please, bro.
No way, he just died to fall damage, right? Oh my god, he just died. There's no way. There is actually no way. It's a good crate. I'll come back for his mini. Day 2 was an extremely productive but uninteresting day. I figured I wouldn't include too much of it in the video as I didn't think it would be too enjoyable to watch. It included a lot of base building and base work, as well as controlling the oil rig, farming it on repeat. However, due to not too many counters or the counters not being too geared, I didn't want to include too much of it in the video as I thought it would be repetitive and boring. Farming and building is one of the most enjoyable things for me in this game. However, watching farming and watching building isn't always the most enjoyable to watch. So just know most of the day was spent doing farming and building. So although I played for over 15 hours today, only roughly about 20 minutes of the video is going to be dedicated to those 15 hours. But no, I did play a lot of the day, but I didn't want to put too much of in the video as I had intentions of playing this wipe fully through, meaning I didn't want to just quit after a few days as a lot of people wanted to see me play a monthly server for a long time, and that's what I intended on doing this video, hence why some of the clips are cut short as I didn't want to take up too much space on my computer so I can continue playing this wipe deep into it. I get the feeling I'm going to be getting raided very soon. I'm flexing a vending of high qual, 2 lines of pipes, and 2 vendings of sulfur. And for like the last hour, it's just been non-stop. People outside my base, jumping around the compound, like jumping, looking inside my base. So I'm getting the feeling that it's coming soon. So when it does, I would like to be ready. This was the same group that raided me the first time and came over to mess with my mini the second time with HVs. They were getting really comfortable roaming right around the HQM Quarry and outside my base, which made me think that they were getting ready to do something. Regardless, I was getting tired and needed to go to bed soon, so I prepared my base to head offline. Alright guys, it is the end of the night. I am extremely exhausted. I know I didn't show too much of today, but today I just didn't play as much, and the time I spent playing, I kind of was just more relaxed. I went around the map spamming TCs everywhere, flexing the YouTube, and I worked on the base and the quarry a lot today. I did a lot of, chilled laid back stuff, just enjoying the day. And I did a lot of oil rigs, but probably not much is going to be going into the video of what I did today, but here's a look at our loot. We have 3 full vending machines of sulfur, full vending machine of HQM, another full vending machine worth of sulfur, decent amount of materials. The comps are looking pretty good, honestly. The gun box, we had 2 full boxes of guns today, but I set up a bunch of vending machines and I have been just selling off all of our loot, trying to get gears and diesel and whatnot. So 90% of the guns that I've gotten have gone straight into vending machines to get sold, which is fine because I have all the guns I'll need. But yeah, you could see vending machine of sulfur, vending machine of HQM, vending machine of sulfur, vending machine of sulfur. And I've been flexing that all day today, so I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe got a little raid defense or something tonight, an offline attempt. Oh yeah, the rest of the loot, ammo, gear. I filled up a ton of lockers today as well, so probably have close to 20 locker kits set up. Clearly I've added a ton of doors. I've just been working on the base a bunch. I was really hoping for a raid defense. Obviously there's still a lot of time left in the wipe. The wipe is still fresh, but oh, I probably haven't given you an outside look at the base today since I finished building it, since I haven't been recording much today, but as you can see, the base is looking very nice. As you can see, I did a full ring of HQM in the shell, and the shooting floor is also fully HQM'd so that they can't get in that quick. But I've been fighting the guys over at the new guys over at Excavator and Silo a lot today. And they've been running Excavator a lot, so I have a feeling that I'm gonna be a big target to them. All of my TCs on the quarry are decaying. That one will be fully decayed in like 2 hours. Obviously, I'm going to be fast asleep by then, so I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen there, but hopefully when they decay, nobody swoops in and does anything. If I end up having to do some rebuilding to the quarry tomorrow, that's fine, I'll work on it, but as for tonight, I am beyond tired, ready to go to bed. I have everything, I've been setting up kits non-stop, so I am just ready to go ahead and go to sleep. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow, as long as we're not offline, or tonight if we get an offline attempt. Hopefully my radar alarm's working. But yeah, good night. Okay, I was asleep for maybe an hour, and I started getting raid notifications. And a friend on the server started messaging my Discord saying that I'm getting a full real raid, and the team raiding me is pretty deep. So we need to hurry up and load in and get locked in to do this. body. No. I just gave them my AK kit. I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna go for a seal on that doorway. Oh, that wall is open, eh? Play the inner peaks then. Okay, it's really bad. Oh my god.
Wait, it's us, it's us, it's us, it's us, it's us.
Moody, we got you. Moody, we got you. Let us in the compound. Let us in. Let us in. We're trying to...
Shoot that door right there.
In my time of despair, the village that I'd been fighting with the entire wipe came over to try and help me win my raid defense. Unfortunately, no matter how much of a fight I put up, I wasn't able to win this raid. After talking to some people, it turned out there were roughly 15 deep at the raid. Fighting back and forth for a while, I eventually managed to seal up my base. Nevertheless, they had still already wiped my base completely clean, only leaving behind some metal frags and some tier 2 loot. Nothing compared to the loot I had before. Nothing compared to the high qual or sulfur that I had accumulated. So this is where I would call the end of my wipe. I want to thank you all for making it to the end of the video and watching all the way through. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will catch you all in the next one.